We're right here, so I may as well pay a visit to one of the town leaders. You really do just get surprisingly good loot really abruptly in this game. Like, just like, oh, you sick? Just like that I have the, just like that I have the, what's it called? A bracelet. This person is sick. No, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. One of your rival counterparts must have overlooked them, or left them on purpose. Nevertheless, no entry. It's under quarantine. I keep a sorrowful watch. All the better. Stand your guard. Alright, so she's sick. How about Mr. Commander Leader Man that thought he could run this whole place? You're fine.
I've got a firm hand.
Now's not a good time to talk, however important the matter. Nothing important, just doing the rounds. He's not happy that his wife is sick. I find it interesting that I think none of my bound are sick still. I haven't heard about any of them being sick. I mean, Ava's dead. But my understanding is that it's supposed to be a thing where if you don't do a quest, someone gets sick. It might only be the main quests of the day, or it might be side quests, or it might be the main quests affect whether or not one of your friends gets sick, and side quests affect whether or not other people's bound get sick. I don't know. I'm not sure if these random people are sick because I didn't do their side quest, or if they're sick because canonically the changeling or the higher specs just didn't do their main quests.
All
even though
I'm counterfeit, this pleases us with the very things which charm us in the original.
No new dialogue there. Although canonically, I guess the changeling and the higher specs must be doing every quest correctly, right? I think they have to be doing every quest, basically. See, I want to look at the stone structure over here. Right around there. Oh, it's kind of a pain to get to. There's so much... Oh, no, that double house over there you can go through. It might be one of the places that Peter might check if he had anything to do with it. Or if not, it might be where the people are that Mark's concerned about. That's an odd sight. Okay, yeah, this is it. There's a dead animal. Hey, creepy people. Is this what the cows look like in this game? I mean, it's a pretty normal looking bull. Somebody had to render like giant testicles. Right, I thought it had crazy... See, I thought it had crazy demon shit going on. No, I think they impaled it on the skull that was always here. That's why it's a dying animal. What's your deal? Those dead eyes. Troublemaker. Now over here. Listen, people. Heaven to heaven's sign, for this is a parable. Listen to my explication, fair people, for this is a simple sign for us to know who is to blame for all our woes, for all our suffering. And who would that be? People, gather around, or better yet, call for your neighbors and relatives and nearest and dearest, for the meaning behind this is as follows. The Cain's Tower is killing our town. The bull here represents the town. And the sharp stake, this shameful stake, is a symbol of the Cain's vile creation, their obscene philosophizing. Oh, the bowl, which we've already pointed out in the past, has an analog to the shape of the map. and they put the spike through where the tower is. Much like how it comes piercing out of the map itself when we look at the map. Much larger than it even is to scale. What's gotten into you, dear sir? Wipe them out. The monsters. Simon was a monster, for his sins had brought this pestilence upon us, and Maria, his granddaughter, would soon reach the stars and apply us to her will with her magics, just as her mother Nina used to do in days past. She must be killed, torn apart and thrown for the people's relish. That's it. I'm shutting you up in the most reliable manner known to man. Am I supposed to kill him, basically? Is that what we're talking about? What a monster. Still alive, no doubt, albeit it may shortly breathe its last. No wonder these simple minds get so agitated. They see this as a symbol, a message. The worms look shifty, however. I have the feeling the celestial revelation was set up by a human being and meant to serve a mundane purpose. I wonder what Mark Immortell has to say about that. Huh. That was slightly weird, right? I'm shutting you up in the way best known to man. And I was like, okay, are you gonna kill him? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, there's the spike coming out of roughly where the body was when I cross-compared them before. If you look at the torso of the body, it's shaped like the town. If you cut off all the legs and the head, basically, more or less. They're being very explicit, and they set up that image early on by having the random images of the cow, of the, I guess, bull, here and there across the map. And then they added it here. Which you definitely would wonder what the premise of that is. They're wanting you to look at that and compare it. So I'm supposed to go back to Mark, and I'm supposed to try to find Peter. That might be where he is. It's the closest place to check at the very least. And here and there, I'd like to kill some of the raiders just to make them like me more. That one doesn't move, but I still almost walked into it. Very naughty. What throws me for a loop is I think that there are some rat noises built into the soundtrack. Little skittering sounds where I'm like, oh, here it comes. And I look around and there's nothing. So it's like straight ahead. This is the most prominent one. This is the one that I see again and again and again. If I'm very lucky, I'll... He's in a hurry. Oh, the fire will do that. Why? Ow. God damn. How much damage did that do to me? What was my health at? That was devastating. Load for me. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. God damn, I was like almost full health. Alright. Is there an alternate entrance, or is it... I think that's the only way in. What's your deal, dude? No, that's the only way in. Just gonna have to take it. Or jump better. Huh. Oh wow, I nailed it. Cool. Yo, dude. What's up with you? Oh, that's Peter. Send me the dark blue flame. I desire to burn down, not in earthly, but in heavenly fire. So please, do bring me this spicy spirit. Bring me my smoky, dense, odorous sap. I want to burn myself in Twirene. You look like hell, mate. So you've changed your mind and become the master of cremations after all. Is this how you want to die? Silence! Listen to my confession. I'd rather confess to you than to her. Listen, and I shall tell you what I managed to create. When I studied architecture, for a longest time, I remained passive and didn't do or make anything at all, except observations. It always seemed to me that any house that is so much more than walls, a hearth, and a roof. I'm listening. At last I realized that any building is an edifice, a concurrence of planes, lines, rhythms, and temperatures that can become a perfect vessel for a soul. Not a human soul, no, a bigger one, the soul that no man can communicate with yet, for it has no shape, cycle, or voice. Are you referring to an intelligent being? I don't know. Neither did I know or experience this soul back then. I only sensed its existence and loved it in advance. When my passion reached its zenith, I realized I just couldn't live like that any longer. I wanted to speak its tongue. I wanted to touch it. Go on. Go on. And so I gradually began to try. I started to design buildings that were not buildings, chambers that people couldn't live in. Everyone thought I was either a madman or a joke. Only my brother believed in me. He and the few that were privy to my secret. They knew that my designs were not intended for men, but rather for this wondrous soul. And what came out of that? Finally, I understood that I was on the right track. I knew I've discovered an insane but genuine feature that only a lover can feel, and I knew I was striking true. I constructed project after project, but all of them contravened the laws of earthly physics and geometry. Seems like my beloved soul was unlikely to find a permanent shelter on this earth. Why? Chimeras. They were all chimeras. Nobody would have allowed me to even model them. If not for Nina in the wild. Nina the Wild. Oh, that's when my brother and I met her. She married Victor, went to live here, and provided me with everything. The place, the materials, the working hands, and most importantly, the hearts willing to believe in miracles. What do you mean? I mean that buildings demand people. Moreover, they demand the people that would demand those buildings back. Museum showpieces, models, abstractions, mind games. These are not my cups of Twirene. Nina gave me a whole living town, a town aching and craving to go heavenwards, to the stars, a town desperately hungering for a crown, the crown I've given to it. Is that so? I've built it from prisms and mirrors. I've managed to focus them to capture the perfect trick of the light and dream. That's right. I'm a trick master, the ultimate magician. I've focused the aura of magic just like a lens focuses sun rays, and now the town is dying, poisoning my precious wreath, my crystal bud, my focus. So what can your polyhedron really do? I cannot put it into words. It's only been tested by the children yet. If you asked them, they'd tell you that it brings their dreams to life, plays their games, daydreams with them, transports them into someone else's fantasies. Heard anything about it? I have. But the Canes could tell you even more. They'd tell you that this is a vessel that can hold the most precious substance of all, the focus of a soul. But even they cannot understand what they've been granted. Neither can I, and I will never be able to repeat it. I'm dead. So this is suicide. It is. See, I was smart enough to take the designs of my creation to the parting. Give them to me, as a keepsake. Old boy. I'm thirsty, old boy. Bring me 5 bottles of Twyrene, and you can have the designs. No one would be able to decipher them anyway, and if they do, no one would build it. 5? Why do you need that many? I'm not planning to drink them. I need them for self-immolation. Go, go. I'll wait for you. Burning Twyreneless is frightening. Its vapors would exalt me to subtle planes. I'd be a mere pile of ash falling to the ground otherwise. I'd just feed the earth, as the steppe people say. It'd gag. Anyway. Oh, damn you to hell. Just don't do anything stupid. I'll have another word with you later. He's planning on burning himself to death. And the fire's already here, which is annoying because it makes it hard to get in and out of here, you asshole. Peter's requested 5 bottles of Twyrene. With these, he plans to kill himself. His request, however, provides me with much needed time to delay. The main thing, of course, is to prevent him from burning his designs. Okay. So I need to figure out how to get his designs, then? Are you going to die? Can I walk up this? Nope. That means I gotta do another trick jump. Oh yeah, did it twice. Bought 5 bottles of Twyrene. I might have that in my house right now. I found him already. I'm supposed to go to Mark. He's near here. We're still on track. 5 bottles of Twyrene. I might have to buy that. I don't even know if I can buy it. 5's a lot. Also, am I supposed to give him what he wants, or should I trick him? I'm wondering if I need to like trick him into having 5 bottles of water. Yeah, my the dresser by my bed, or the stand, or whatever it's called, that should have what I need. Okay. Under attack. I just wanted to talk to the drunk guy and get some bandages. Why can't I have my bandages? Why do you begrudge me, game? All the normal guards are gone, so I can't bargain with them anymore. I can't trade all my perfectly reasonable kill trophies for food anymore. Another nasty cloud. Hi there. You know there's like nightmare plague people like right next to you? I think you'd be a little more concerned about that. Hey, Marky Mark.
When we do not find peace of mind in ourselves, it is useless to seek it elsewhere.
I've been to the lot. Did you see it? Was it impressive? What is it? What am I supposed to make of it? You just wanted me to see it, didn't you? First of all, I have to confess that this is not my handiwork. On the contrary, it's a direct attack on my interests. It never even occurred to me that this could make an impression on you, let alone a positive one, but I wanted you to see how impressed the mob is. There are several people there, each of them so noisy you could take them for a dozen. Well, yes. You see, the place and the representation are tailored to excite the crowd. Seems like someone wants to gather a mob, and those who gather mobs only do it with a single purpose. They seek to set them onto someone. So who is the target? I think the Canes are. Actually, I don't care in the slightest, but you should. You are now at a time point where you cannot afford to not care. You've only got a day and a half left. I want that thing to end, because I don't like their style. What about you? I do indeed care. It's dangerous. But how can they be removed from there? The armory seems to be the most convenient means to any end these days. Indeed, a truly smart decision, and kind of elegant, too. It's a professional prejudice of mine. I've never reviewed an armed crowd as a tool. I, the master of manipulation. You can simply say it's a sanitary hazard, and it will be burned, although I'm afraid that won't be the end of it. We'll see. So now the recommendation is to visit the military and tell them to burn it. Zoom in on his face. It's probably valid, yeah. They've made a weird corpse effigy. It's probably not very hard to convince the military to go over with some flamethrowers and take care of that. That's like their job. I'm a little confused that they haven't already, actually. They have flamethrower guys posted like right next to it. But I guess they don't act on their own. They just wait for orders and don't do much thinking. As shown by the number of people guarding those damn rifles. It's a very miserable game where nothing good happens. Yay. Haven't been in here for a bit. Hey guy, thanks for agreeing not to just destroy the entire town on sight.
The choice has to be made the day after tomorrow. This is the order of the powers that be.
This might be the photo that most looks like some kind of recognizable actor or something. I hope that in this particular Inquisitor, I would find a friend and not the usual enemy. But no, she has already assigned us a part in her scheme. And my heart tells me it's a dark one. And I hope you are mistaken. I like Aglaia Lilich.
Where are the orderlies? Those lazy bastards.
Say, Commander, can I come to you in a case of an emergency? I sincerely hope you can. I have to admit, I'm furious. The directive I received from the top brass gave me very broad authority, and the right to make strategic decisions. It made no mention of an Inquisitor. And now this. What? That is still unresolved. For many years now, it has been an unspoken rule for military command to obey the decisions of an Inquisitor. The justification was that an Inquisitor would find a way to make a soldier obey their will anyway, whether the latter knows it or not. That's not good justification. The justification should be the actual hierarchy of who's in command, and so on. Which I'm still not super clear on because I don't have a super good grasp on the outside world or the government or what form that stuff takes, really. What is the scope of your duties? I am responsible for ensuring that the epidemic never spreads from here further. I am also responsible for the lives of my men. That is what I know for a fact. There's a giant decaying animal carcass in the middle of the poorer districts. Do you realize the consequences? I do. It's in the bone steak lot. I see it marked on your map. Here's what I'll do. I'll notify Longin. He's a stalwart officer, a heart burning with passion. He is in command of the Flamethrower Corps. He was assigned to my unit right before this whole affair, so let him perform his duty. Spare me any further details. Very well, now I can be at ease. I take it this took care of itself. The dying bull was destroyed by the soldiers. There will be no riots. Interesting. There will be no riots. How do you confirm that? Bit of time, like fortune telling going on there, isn't there? So the obvious piece of concern I have at the moment is that I am not necessarily convinced that I even have enough Twirene. What time is it? Oh wow, it's not even noon yet. Alright. Not even noon yet, and I've completed one side quest, and I've made significant progress on the main one. That's a good sign. Ah! I was like, what is this mysterious new plague cloud I have to worry about? And I realized at the last second, oh, that's not a plague cloud, that's just fire. The funniest piece of voice acting in the entire game. What is so yelly about throwing fire? Ooh, your prices are down again. That's really expensive, though. Screw you. The fresh meat's so morbidly expensive, and I don't think it's actually... I don't really know, but I don't really take it to be something that's, like, mathematically works out in my favor. I've had my moment of looking at the wiki and seeing if I could gain anything from it. Looking about any resources about this game is difficult because, one, the entire game was re-released in this version, the HD version I'm playing right now, where they retranslated a bunch of stuff, changed the names of like half the NPCs and locations and quest names and so on, and redid everything. So that makes it really hard to correlate things sometimes. But even above that, it can be difficult to figure out. When I look at stuff like the food, if I remember correctly, like it's just straight up, there's no information about how much hunger meter you get from stuff and things like that. I could get, yeah. Wow. Alright, so that is 15, 18. That's 5 of those, 28, 31. Oh, there's one down here too. Jeez. I have 34 trade value right now with her. God damn. I'll trade a needle for a bullet real quick. Oh wait, rifle bullets. I have those. I don't have a shotgun still, do I? Have I ever had a shotgun the entire game? Oh, rifles are more expensive. The question is, which of these resources can I trade with the little girls? Because that's what I want. I want the schmouters. Unfortunately, now that I have the resources, I never find the schmouters. I've only encountered it twice. It's really rare. Shall we barter, perhaps? Should I keep trading for more bullets? Maybe. Problem is I don't know which ones have equal value with the little girls. I don't have anything that's worth 1 right now. It's not a good trade. Tiny children, where are you? I just want to have a nice talk with you. More drags. It's my backup knife. I could. Give me all your drugs, please. Do you like the polyhedron? If I ever go to the tower, I'd love to play Reflections. What's Reflections? Well, there's a labyrinth. Nobody knows what its structure is like because it feels like it's a mile long. You keep walking and walking and walking and it never ends. And when you're out, it's not actually you, but rather your reflection. And you yourself go on to the other place. How can a labyrinth of that size fit in there? That's the trick. Perhaps you're not walking at all. Perhaps you're going in circles or standing pat. And the reflections make the space around you feel like it's shifting. Isn't that cool? It's that's the magic of reflection. Those who come out act very mysteriously. Mysterious how? Unlike themselves. It's like it's you, but not really you. They're not very talkative. That's why they say it's a reflection. Its only purpose is to be there so that your parents aren't worried and all that. And the real person goes on to the Utopia country, a miraculous land. Did many children go into the labyrinth? They say many used to go in before, but then they realized what it does and got scared a bit. All in all, it's not so popular these days. But Smarty Pants did go in. So did Crowfoot, by the way. Most of them are with Notkin now. A curious story. It's one potential escape of how bad things are around here. It's kind of insane that we're still potentially learning new things about the polyhedron this late. Oh, no dialogue for you. Hey lady, fix my clothes, they're plaguey. Click, click, click. Those boots are expensive. I'm repaying for them constantly. How will I ever repay you? The student says to his debt. Aww. I don't think the stuff will have regenerated yet. It's not even noon yet, actually. We're having a very eventful, busy day. So can I even carry the Twirine? Because I don't think it stacks. Then how much do I have? Twirine extract. Oh shit, is that what they meant? Ah. Requested 5 bottles of Twirine. With this, he plans to kill himself. The extract probably isn't the right stuff.